this is where it all began.
Yeah, this is kind of like, where Salina and I really kind of met. Because like Salina and I have known each other for a really, really long time, but we've never really like known each other. Like we went to elementary school together, we went through middle school together without really ever having like...
I didn't know anything about him.
So I originally, when I was at La Mirada, we had, spring football, and we go up to the track and we kind of, do our drills and things of that nature. And we were walking up, and it was maybe at about like the 30 or 40 yard line, I saw Salina stretching. She was like stretching out her hamstring. She was in track and field. My coach at the time, we were just about to get into the drills, and I was telling him, I said, hey man, that girl right there, I said, that's going to be my future girlfriend. And without, well, I know that when I want something, that I'm going to do like everything that and stop at no cost to like to make it happen. Yeah, from there, gosh, I showed up at a mutual party.
I had actually been asked to go with another guy, and we were all playing in the pool, and he walks in, and I just remember like he walked in, he saw me, and then his chest went up, and he just started walking really tall with his chest out, very strong looking. And
right when I walked in, I saw Salina, and she had like the most pearliest white smile, and she had a white bathing suit on, and this was like the perfect opportunity.
We were all gathered around outside the pool, around like the fire pit, and he started telling jokes. And I progressively like was sitting next to the guy that I was supposed to be with, like progressively got closer and closer to Kyle, because I was just cracking up. I thought he was so funny. Got me with the jokes. And when my sister and I returned home that night, like we always slept in the same bed together and just talked the whole night. And she was just like, that Kyle's cute. And I kind of said, yeah, he is kind of cute, isn't he? I guess I never noticed. I'm like, he's funny. And that's where he got my attention.
Where I should be.
We got together when school started. We actually became boyfriend and girlfriend on September 6th.
Or 6th.
6th.
Huh? 6th.
And it was right over here.
It's right there on the island.
And
on my island. He asked me.
No, it was by the locker rooms. It was by the because we walked back to the locker, and I wanted to go somewhere private.
No. He asked me right here. We were sitting down on the island.
You're right.
We were sitting down on the island, and he said, I want you to be mine. He was holding my hand, and I was like, okay, I want to be yours. And that was kind of, and I thought in my head, I was like, that's kind of funny. It's like a Valentine's, like, will you be mine? I thought it was kind of cheesy, but I definitely said yes.
This is the perfect day.
Homecoming, well, I won Homecoming Queen. It was a big, overwhelming moment. It was really, really awesome. My mom was there. My grandparents walked me down the field. But I just remember Amanda saying, Salina, there's Kyle. He's looking for you. And I was sitting in this throne, and I just stood up and looked around, and I saw him. And he saw me, and he dropped his helmet, and he started running towards me, and I ran down the stage.
Dawson's Creek style.
Like straight up running to each other.
Slow-mo. That moment was just like really, it was really true, and it was like really one of a kind, and it was really like, well, it was like something like so storybook that you can't even like really script that type of stuff. It just like happened, and that was a really
well, they
really
do script
cool.
it, but it was
it was such a one of a kind moment. That was really fun. That was a lot of fun. When I proposed to Salina, it was at Point Vicente in Palos Verdes. It's on a cliff.
Beautiful.
And I told her, I said, I had to think of some like ridiculous reason to go to the beach on a February, on a cold, cloudy day.
Overcast, cold day.
So I did some quick Google, and I was like, okay, there's whale watching. It's whale watching season. So.
And we saw a whale too. We actually saw a whale. That was the coolest thing.
A whale. I was nervously, like I was calm, but like anxious and like, what am I gonna say? How's this gonna happen? I gotta find the right spot for this to happen. And then when it came to, it was just like, well, when we found the right spot, I said, hey, let's take a picture right here. And then in my head, I'm like, holy cow, this is about to go down. Like this is gonna be huge. And I set my camera up. I'm like, babe, because there's railing over the cliff, and I said, just stand up there like Titanic style, like you're like Jack and Rose, and it'll just be like a silly photo. And I said, I'll put my timer on my camera, right? And
because it was the moment leading up to it, I actually went up to the rail and I was like, look, babe, like it's like Jack and Rose. He's like, okay, yeah, great. Hold that. I'm gonna take a picture of you. And I was like, okay. And I'm just holding this pose. I remember my arms were burning because he had me holding this pose for several minutes on end. And I was like, you got it? You got it? No, the whole time he's trying to set up his camera on a rock, on an uneven surface. And he's trying to make his phone like stand up correctly. And then he pulled me down and it just seemed a little awkward, and then he grabbed my face really. I just
like
couldn't understand the
intensely,
flow
like,
of what was happening.
I engulfed her face with my hands and was like, hey, you're gonna do this.
Pulled me and started shaking my head and said, I love you so much. I want to be like those old people we just walked by. I want to grow old with you. And I said, okay, babe, yeah, I love you too. And I didn't understand the intensity of what was happening. And then he finally stepped back and got on his knee, and I was like, oh, okay. Oh my gosh, this is really happening. And of course, I was so excited because it's all I wanted. I mean, been together, we were, over 9 years dating. He is my best friend, and there's no one else I can picture my life with, investing so much time and love and care and thought into, because it's always been Kyle. Like it's always been Kyle for me. It's just so right.